Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Knicks podcast. I'm your host, Apollo Reed, here once again with the Cuzzo Rick the Ruler. How you doing, Cuz?
I'm all right, man. You know, seen better days.
Seen better days. Of course we have. Of course we have. So the Knicks lose to the Toronto Raptors, 87-90. And this game ended a lot better than it started, to say the least. Uh
Ain't
it was
that the
at one
truth?
point, what were we down 30-10 in the
Yeah,
first quarter?
I almost shut the game off after the first quarter. I was just like, yo, I can't watch any more of this.
Yeah, it was bad. It was super bad. Um, but they fought back. Second quarter, they went on a 25-8 run, I believe. Sparked by a lot of Obi Toppin. We'll talk about Obi. And they fought back. They even took the lead, and they were up by 2 points towards in the fourth quarter, and they just couldn't hold it. They couldn't grab a rebound, and yeah, it ended like that. But so I can start it off with first of all, shout out to anyone who's here in the chat. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Um, so RJ Barrett tonight had 19 points. He's 5 of 16. You can see that they're trying to throw a heavy load of offense on RJ. 2 for 7 from three, 7 for 8 from the free throw line, and 6 rebounds, 1 assist. Only one foul. He was a -9. And that number was a lot higher. But I'm starting to realize that when he starts the game, as we all know, the starting units plus minus numbers are terrible.
Always.
Um, but whenever these guys start to play with the bench unit, their number, the number gets a little bit better. At some point, I think that I forgot what the numbers was. But that negative was a lot higher than it was on RJ and Julius. But the more that they played with the younger guys, it kind of evened out. Like even Evan Fournier at one point was a -20, and
Mm.
he ended up a -12. But these guys play with each other. Hopefully, you hope at this point that they've developed some kind of chemistry offensively and defensively, and they haven't. And it's clear that the only time that this team runs well is when Obi and Quickly are on the team. But as we started with RJ Barrett, what did you see from RJ tonight that encouraged you or discouraged you?
Uh, um. Okay, let's start with the negative so we can end with the positive.
Yeah.
Uh, he he has trouble shooting. Like I feel like
Mm-hmm.
he figured it out, and
Mm-hmm.
he was shooting at a high percentage, but his 3 point shot just seemed like it was missing.
Mm-hmm.
What he did positive was he didn't settle for the 3 point shot only. He
Right.
had a
Yeah.
couple of mid range shots. He had a turnaround jump shot. There was a point where he had 5 points straight, and
Yeah.
it seemed like he knew exactly what he wanted to do. He mixed it up, did a floater, and
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
that was good. For some reason, his layups aren't falling up. I don't know what
Yeah.
that's about, but his 3 point shot and his layup is what he used to have when he was first cooking with the Knicks, and now it just seems like he can't find those things. And
Yeah, RJ seems to have an issue with his finishing. I mean, I see the problem has to be the fact that everybody knows where you're going and how to defend it. Um, every single time he's going to finish is to going to the left hand layup. And he's gotten to the point where he has to now toss it up there a certain way so it can just fall.
yeah,
Um,
which he did.
but which he did, but there was also a play tonight where he finished with a euro with the right hand, and it
Mm.
was like no one even knew what he was gonna do.
Hmm.
So you kind of want to see that happen a little bit more. Um, I think they're trying to get RJ some more touches. I think that's a shift that's going to start happening. I've noticed for the past 2 games that the first play that they've run is an RJ post play, um, and it's like they try to get him going early. And you can see even down the stretch of this game that RJ had the ball in his hands, and it was almost like Julius was deferring to him because of a schematic set. Of course, he wouldn't naturally do that, but It's clear that that's something that the coaching staff wants to do. Is they want to emphasize RJ Barrett and his strengths, because at some point, it might just be RJ here, or you might not have Julius, or Julius might at the end of his contract he might, just long term. RJ has to be ready to be that guy at some point, even if he's not that guy. He should be ready to be that guy. Even when Scottie Pippen didn't have Jordan, he was the guy in the Bulls.
Yeah.
You have to be ready to be that guy at some point, and I think that's what Tom is trying to groom him to be. He might not be ready. He doesn't look great all the time. Trust me, he doesn't. But there's at least the other things that he brings to the game, the intangibles that a lot of guys don't. He's a very he doesn't make bad decisions in terms of when to pass the ball. Um, a lot of the times you start to see a lot of like Julius. Sometimes he makes questionable decisions with the ball when
Yes.
when he's trying to play make. And usually when RJ makes a playmaking, when he makes that kind of a play, it usually ends with either a made or a missed shot. It's never like bad turnover. You know what
Right.
I mean? It's usually like he knows when to make the pass, and like that pass he at the end of tonight's game when he drew the guys in 2-3 guys and he throws it out to Julius, and I swore Julius was going to win the game for us on that shot.
Hmm.
And that was the right play. That was the right play. It couldn't have gone any better than that. And it just didn't fall. So um, I'm looking forward to see RJ do what he's done tonight a little bit more often and get comfortable with the ball in his hands. Because it seems like that's something's there's a shift going on,
Hmm.
and it's hard for them to hide it. I think they've been trying to hide it as hard as much as they can behind closed doors, but he has to fight through it because he's their young talent. They have to. They, they're going to. I don't think there's a trade that's going to lead them to trade RJ, because they've denied so many other different kinds of trades for RJ that it's like, at this point it's like you kind of got to ride with them, because you there's probably some really good trades that they've turned down because of RJ in the past.
Hmm.
So you kind of got to ride with that decision at this point. But Julius, 13 points, 14 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 for 9 from the field, 1 for 4, 4 for 5 from the free throw line. What?
3 turnovers.
3 turnovers. Which happened early. I don't think he got any more after the second half, after the first half. But nevertheless, 3 turnovers. Bad turnovers. Um, how much of what are the Julius is doing in terms of not being as aggressive as he was last year, is that going to be a detriment to how he can perform this year?
It's a huge detriment. I mean, I feel like we need that Julius.
Mm-hmm.
There was a play that I saw and I hated it. It was Julius against Fred,
Mm.
and they both were in low positions. Julius was dribbling. Fred VanVleet was on defense, and at that point he could look clearly over him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then he passes the ball, and I'm thinking to myself, why would he do that? Like it was mouse in the house situation
Clear out. Yeah.
for sure. You take that. That's a shot that you're going to make. You
Yeah.
should make.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
he didn't even take it. He didn't even look
He's
to
not
take
looking
it.
for it. Yeah.
And that confused me.
Yeah.
And it upset me because I'm just like, you take these awful shots over people, well, you know,
Way bigger
well
than you.
contested,
Yeah.
and here you got this guy who, even if he wanted to, could not block your shot, and you don't take it. I don't get it. I mean, and he was picking his pocket all game, so it was just like, yo, this is the time to get that back. And I don't know, man. I just
And this is why I don't want to jump on the Trey Julius bandwagon. But how can you defend that? That's the kind of effort that I don't want to see. I don't want to see you diverting away from who you naturally are. We know who you are, Julius. Like,
yeah.
Stop lying. This low scoring, like, come on, bro.
Was he
9 point.
saving it up for the postseason or
Yeah, like,
something?
what are you doing? This nine shots you're taking. Like, what? It's Are you fed up? What is it? Because you're hurting yourself now. It's not about the team at this point because clearly it's always about the team. But I'm stepping back and I'm looking at how this is going to affect his career. This is their
Mm-hmm.
first opportunity. You just got your contract, and now this is how you're acting. You're hurting yourself. That's what people are going to see. Oh, he got his money. He fell right
Yeah,
off. He fell right
yeah.
off. This guy got MVP votes last year. Maybe it was one or two.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter. He got it. Someone voted for him to be MVP.
He made
And
the All-Star
he made the All Star.
game.
He was second team All NBA, third team All
Yeah,
NBA, and then now. So are people wrong if they say you got your bag and then you fell off? Are they wrong? Even if that's not the truth, they can say that. Why would you
mm-hmm.
even give them the opportunity to say that?
Right.
Um, and it's bothersome watching Julius sometimes out there because I know he can be way better than this.
Yeah,
That's the thing that's frustrating.
we seen it.
We know he can be way better. That's why I'm mad. That's why I understand people who say trade him because
Mm-hmm.
you don't want someone who you know they can be one person and they're gonna show on the floor game after game that they're not that guy. I know you're capable of doing what you do when a star is in the building. Watch how he plays on Sunday. That's what's gonna piss me off because he's gonna go against Giannis and he's gonna have
Yeah.
like 27, 10, and 11. Now you want to shoot the ball.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can't pick and choose when to be a leader. Like that bothers me because that's not I don't know any leader that's ever won anything that handled stuff like that. But anyway, it's bothersome how much he's been scoring recently. I hope he fixes it, but I think he's already hurt himself enough. Anyway, Nerlens. Uh Nerlens. Nerlens is there. You know what I mean? He's
He,
just there. Sometimes he makes great plays.
yeah.
He's always gonna give the effort, but I don't know.
I think, I think he does something that I wish Robinson did a little bit more, and that's look for the shot down low.
Mm-hmm.
I think Mitch. I think he wants to. I think it's in him. He wants to be that type of player, but I think he's afraid because I feel
Mm-hmm.
like every time he gets the ball in position, if it's not perfect, then he kicks it out or loses it.
Yeah,
And Nerlens, who always looks shaky when he has the ball, he still finds a way to get the ball up.
yeah.
He had a 3-point play today, and I was just like,
Well, he had an and one. He missed a free throw.
well, it was a 3-point play, right? He had the opportunity, he didn't make it, but
It was a 2-point play,
well,
technically.
all
But
right.
I see what you're saying.
But you
I see what
know what
you're
I'm
saying.
saying? Like
He made it.
that wouldn't be
I
Mitch,
thought
and Mitch could
when
shoot free throws.
I thought when he made it, I said I'm glad he made it because he's probably gonna miss his free throw. That's exactly what happened.
And Mitch, he shoots free throws well. So if he can
Yeah.
find a way to score and get that foul, like we there's so many games that we would have been in a better position with. And you know,
Shout out to Dre. I was talking to him earlier on the phone.
mm,
He's working nights, so he hasn't been able to be available. But
he was getting them quarter updates though.
yeah, he was there. But he was talking to me about the he was talking to me about how we just aren't as effective as we can be as a team because we have no offensive production at the 5 spot.
Right.
Zero.
Mm-hmm.
Literally zero. Taj Gibson is our best center
Yes.
offensively.
Yeah.
Taj Gibson, who's never been known as an offensive power forward or center at that. But anyway, I think that we have to continue to play these young guys. You look at the numbers of Obi Toppin tonight. As Toxic says, Obi hurting his feelings. He's talking about Julius. Obi getting all of the praise and Julius can't handle it. And I think that may be somewhat of what's going on. I don't think too much. I think he's happy for the guy. I think Julius is just overall frustrated.
Yeah.
I think there was a play, and I don't know what's going on. Like there was a play I saw. They came down the court. They walked over a half court. It was Julius and it was RJ. And RJ was bringing the ball up, and Julius was running on the left side of the court. And so RJ looked at him
Mm-hmm.
as if to say, like, here, take the ball. I know you want it. You know what I'm saying? I know RJ didn't naturally want to give him the ball, but RJ is the kind of guy who wants to make sure tempers are low. So he's going to give you the ball to make sure that you're not upset. You know what I'm saying? Like he does stuff like that, which is the detriment to himself at the end of the day. But he looks at Julius. Julius is like, no, go ahead. On some like, and it wasn't like, go ahead, work. But it was more like, go ahead, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead. Like, do something with it. Since you wanted to bring the ball up. So, RJ does something, whatever he did, and then he did the Euro, and then he finished with the right hand. And then Julius was like, okay. You know what I mean? And it was like he had to kind of earn that respect. And that's kind of what needs to happen. You know what I'm saying? You need to know that you can trust that guy next to you. We talked about Pippen and Jordan. Jordan didn't always know he could trust Pippen. Like Pippen had to prove it to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm the best player on this team, but I'm gonna need someone else that I can rely upon. You got to prove to me that you can be that guy. You know what I mean? So this doesn't matter who's the Pippen in this situation. At the end of the day, you can't be the one taking every single shot. You can't do that. So I hope what I saw tonight is a sign of more to come because RJ had, like he said, 1,000 people in attendance tonight because he's from there.
Yeah.
He's kind of like the face of Canadian basketball right now.
Yeah.
So it was a big game for RJ, but I think he really needs to be in those situations more. You mentioned at the end, like he might shouldn't have been taking that shot, that last shot, or shouldn't have been in there to take that last shot.
I personally felt that way. I know other people, they probably felt like, yeah, it was a good
Yeah,
shot. And
I mean, if Julius is going to be in there, then then why not? You know what I'm saying? Because you weren't going to give that ball to Julius to take that shot with 0.6 seconds left.
I would have had who was the last five in there, but I think Burks.
Fournier took it. I don't think Burks was in there.
I think Burks should have been.
I think he took him. Who was it? It was Fournier, Julius, Obi, Randall, RJ. That was the five, I believe. On that, I'm not sure. I have to check that last play again. Yeah, because there was a timeout before that, so I might have been wrong.
I was just like, I would have taken RJ out and I would have put somebody else in.
Yeah. But then you don't want to do that to his confidence. You kind of want him to take those shots.
But he was 2 from 7.
Yeah. So what? We've seen guys been 1 for whatever and then hit a clutch shot. It happens. I mean, I don't want to not put him in for that. At that time, he was hot. He was the hottest on the team at that point. Actually, like no one else was really making anything. But yeah, Amar says we need to stress 5, and I couldn't agree anymore.
Enough said.
We need
no argument here.
And I think there might be something to the Miles Turner stuff, but maybe we'll talk about that later. Toxic says if Julius is going to be the guy, his numbers need to be better than everyone on the team, win, lose, or draw. Exactly.
I don't necessarily agree with that.
What?
I don't think you have to be the scoring the most in order to be the guy on the team. I feel like if you're on the floor and your teammates can get the job done, you're gonna put them in the position to score. You don't have to score more than everyone else on the team to be the guy.
No, not every night, but you should be the best player on your team every night. You don't have to score the most, right, but you should be the best player on your team every night, and that's not what Julius is doing. He hasn't been proven he's the best player on the team every night. He picks and chooses what night he's going to be the best player, and that's the problem that I'm sure Thibodeau has with him, is because he has to continuously find a way to light a fire under Julius.
Mm.
And that's, to me, that's harder than throwing the bench guy out there and letting him make some mistakes. You know what I mean? Because how do I motivate the guy who's already the best player on my team? You know what I mean? How do I motivate him? I I can't give him another MVP vote. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't motivate you anymore. This is now your job, and this is what these guys sign up to do. So you got to be ready for that.
I don't know. Maybe that's what he's doing. Maybe he's playing terrible in the beginning of the season so that he could turn it up later in the season and get that most improved player again. I don't know, man. It just doesn't make sense.
Toxa says, "Who is Julius to need his approval? He ain't did nothing. The team last year was in the same situation until Rose showed up." I can't go there. I can't agree with you there. I think Julius
He averaged like 20 points a game.
Julius is clearly the best player on this team, and he's the leader. He's the captain. I mean, it's Tibbs has said as much. So yeah, you kind of have to. I mean, we went to the game opening night at the Garden, and you, I, and Andre, both, all three of us saw when Coach told Kemba to give Julius the ball because this is his team. Give him the ball. Let him make that shot. And he missed, but whatever. You got to live with it.
Yeah.
That's his team. Unfortunately, this is just how it goes. And if you don't give that guy the ball in those situations, you have a disgruntled star. And that's not what you want.
Nah.
But so far this year, he hasn't been proven that he's a star. So he can't, at this point, it feels like Tibbs is kind of like taking the opportunity, like, well, you haven't been stepping up, so I got to look for somebody else to do it anyway. And it's the perfect opportunity to do so. Amar said Julius is the scapegoat on the Knicks. Every little thing he do, some Knicks fans slander him. And I mean, that's every best player on every team. You got to step up. I mean, people are going to call you out. But I mean, when you look at the consistency on of his low scoring numbers, you can't deny the fact that he hasn't been stepping up. Like, he has to do better. Like, that's just, and it's not like we're beating up on him because we're losing. Because if he was having these numbers and we were winning, we'd be like, all right, well, Julius Randle's playing winning basketball.
Right.
And that's not what's happening. So I think he has to continue to work through whatever the hell he's going through mentally. I know, like we spoke about, he was the guy last year, and he hasn't really had the opportunity to be the guy this year, and it's frustrating. I like Evan Fournier, but I don't like how many shots and the kind of shots he takes, because he only passes when he doesn't have a shot. And as much as you kind of want a guy to have that trigger, you also want a guy that's going to contribute to the right kind of momentum.
Yeah.
And not, hey, I'm open. Because, I mean, I've seen him head fake, sidestep, and someone else from another man is closing out on him because the other guy flew by him, and he still takes the three when there's somebody wide open right next to him because the guy just ran off him. And it's like, yo, you can pass again. You're going to get the ball again. You're a shooter. You're the best shooter on this team at this point. I don't really think we can say there's anyone else that's a better shooter than Evan Fournier in our team, unfortunately. But you're the best shooter in our team. You're going to get the ball back. Just swing it around. One extra pass.
He did a lot of passing today. Some shots Fournier. Some shots I was like, you should have took that, but he passed it.
Well, I'm sure that's something that has been reiterated to him. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not the first time I've seen it. Like tonight, he did a little bit better. Like tonight, he was looking for guys, but Fournier often has these things where he's looking to shoot himself out of the game, kind of.
Kai going in, man.
Kai going in. I says Julius Randle is trash. Listen, man, I wish it was that easy because we could just say, hey, trade him. And then
but he's not trash.
He's not trash.
He's not trash. It's like
he's
that.
Playing like it.
Yes.
Playing like it.
Yes.
Playing like it. Though.
It's like that kid in the class who's always fooling around. But if he just focused, he can get like straight A's. That's Julius right now. He's fooling around.
He's fooling around.
His emotions are on his sleeve, and he's just letting it get the best of him.
So you're just gonna use my high school experience and then like try. That's fine. That's fine. Don't worry about it. It's cool. I got you. I got you. He says Julius's body language is terrible every time he touched the ball. It stopped the offense. Also, Tibbs got an offensive scheme at all. Trade Randall and fire Tibbs.
But you gotta understand that Tibbs' whole bag is defense, and
Hold
so
back.
he's dealing with a team now that's more offensively minded than defensively. So he's in uncharted waters.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was saying. The other show is that he's starting to lean away from what he's known. You know what I mean? Last year's team was a defensive minded team. This year, not so much at
Yeah.
all, really. And it's because he spent so much time trying to figure out how they're going to score, and it's tough.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to use RJ the right way. Sometimes he doesn't know how to use Kemba clearly. He doesn't know how to use Evan Fournier. I think a lot
At
of these
all.
guys at all. I think a lot of these guys aren't starters as well. If you really want to be honest, is Kemba a starter on a top playoff team at this point? I wouldn't say that. Is Evan a starter? Depending on the team, yeah. If he's on the Hawks, I can see him taking like or being the Bogdanovich in that situation. But yeah, I think he's struggling finding some offense for these guys. And that's I've always said my trouble with Tibbs is the wrinkles in his offense. And that if he doesn't get someone on his staff that can help him with his offense, he might end up in another Mark Jackson kind of situation, because that was kind of what Mark Jackson was going through in Golden State when they were suggesting that he got some offensive coordinators or some more offensive coaches. I said offensive coordinator, that's just football. Offensive coaches, just to help him with his playbook, just a little bit. And not like I said, I want to see more wrinkles. I don't like the fact that we run a pick and roll or we run one set here and then everything else breaks down and it turns into an ISO.
Yeah.
I just like we have to have more pages, more wrinkles to this offense. I gotta see more.
Yeah.
I gotta see more. It can't be a flat sheet of paper. You know what I'm saying? Like I like crumble that paper up. All of there has to be movement all over the floor. And there's too many times I see guys standing around. But I don't know. He said, "Why is Julius Randle never land a decent screen for our point guard?" Listen,
Yeah, his screens are awful. They're
his
bad.
his screens are awful,
Yes.
and Mitchell Robinson's screens
Mitch's
are
screens
terrible. These
kill me.
guys set the worst screens
They do.
I've ever seen.
They do.
Evan Fournier ran a screen in the first half. I forgot what quarter it was. It might have been the first quarter. He ran a screen with Mitchell Robinson, or he tried. He's at the top of the 3-point line.
Yeah.
Mitch comes, both guys from Evan's guy who's here and Mitch's guy who's here. They both converge on Evan.
Mm-hmm.
Mitch literally, he leans and he goes like this to the guy, touches him, like it was like, and then he just ran. And then he ran to the basket. And then both guys just clamped on Evan. And Evan has to back up behind the 3-point line more. And then he has to launch the shot because there's no time left. Yeah. Just set a pick. Stand there and set a pick. Julius, the same thing. Set a pick. I miss Taj so much because fundamental basketball. Just fundamental basketball.
Taj can set a pick.
And one pick, if you set it the right way, it can change the momentum of an entire game.
That's right. It throws the defense off.
You got guys out there that's just running through offenses. They're not setting picks. They're not running to their spots. They're jogging to their spots. They're setting a pick. They're backpedaling. And I say it all the time. That gives the defense way too much time to relax. They're not expending any energy on defense with that kind of offense. And I don't see how anyone who runs an NBA offense is okay with that. I just don't see. But I'm not screaming fire Tibbs.
No.
yet, but he needs to figure it out. No,
Yeah,
I'm
he
going
does.
to say yet. I'm going to say yet.
If he
I'm going
can't
to say
handle it,
yet.
yeah, absolutely.
I have to say yet. I don't want to be the Knicks fan and say, "Hey, man, we made a decision. We got to rock with it." We never stick with something because it doesn't work. That's why. That's why it doesn't work. So, um, I would like to see some more wrinkles. That's all I'm saying with Tibbs. Don't fire the guy. Um, but help him figure out something offensively because what I'm seeing is trash
Yeah,
offensively. I don't like, and it's not the players. The players aren't trash. These guys aren't being run in the right sets. It's so easy to run an offense with Julius Randle and a guy who's going to stand there and shoot a 3-point shot all game long with like Reggie Bullock. So easy to run an offense with two guys that, and you know you're really going to get the ball to Julius because no one else is really reliable on that on the offense. So it's easier to run an offense last year, but now you got all these offensive weapons. You got to, all right, now this guy got to score. Now you got to keep him happy. He needs touches. Oh, he's getting better. I don't think Tibbs ever has been in this situation. So he just needs some help. He needs some help. Toxic says Knicks fans are super fair. You play like trash, we call you trash. You balling, we celebrate.
the
That's also
the
that's also
statement saying Knicks fans are super fair is completely ridiculous. We are
oh
not
the,
super
the the
fair.
fair part. Nah, that's the
we,
last thing we are.
we are
The
not
last thing
super
we
fair.
are, we're not fair.
um,
We keep it real.
we trade everybody like every other game, so it's like, how is that fair? Like, people are allowed to have bad games, but fair,
Listen,
super fair? Nah, I
nah.
can't
I
agree with
can't.
that.
If you'd have said fair, I'd have been like, cool. But super fair, I can't rock with super fair. But everything else, you play like trash. We call you trash. You ball and we celebrate. It's facts.
Yeah.
It's facts. You don't come here and lay an egg.
Yeah, we
We're
love
gonna let you
Obi,
know about it.
and that
We
wasn't
love
always the
Obi,
case. So
right? And
it shows you.
you see what happened when they start playing Obi. Obi. Let's talk about Obi real quick. Obi Toppin.
Fan favorite for sure.
Because this was the Obi Toppin game. Had a career high 19 points and he
Mm,
had 10 rebounds. His first double double in the NBA.
get it.
And he was 1 for 5 from three. Now he started launching them.
He
he
had
started look.
he had good looks though.
He
He
had
just
good looks, but the thing about me and Obi and watching him launch these threes is I know he's not going to make them when he takes them because of just there's no he takes them like he's in a layup line. Like there's
mm,
no real form every single time.
yeah.
It's like a very lax. And I'm like, come on, Obi. Every time I see him. So when he makes one, I'm like, oh, okay. But I know at some point he's going to start knocking them down because he has no fear taking them.
Yeah.
Um, but I think he's out there a lot for someone who doesn't make them. But you know, he
He
brought it tonight.
hit them though.
Hmm?
He used to hit those shots.
Well, he hits them every once in a while.
Mm,
And that's fine. You know what I mean? As long as he's not taking 5, 6 threes a game. It looks bad when you're taking 5 threes a game. You made one. Because if you look at the rest of them, I think he had an air ball in there. Like, come on, like you can't be mixing in air balls and with your threes in there. So but I'm glad that he did hit one of those, to at least make him feel a little bit better about himself. But 6 for 6 from the free throw line. He started running out there with Julius, and it seems like coach is getting more and more comfortable with that, and I love it. I love it because it allows Obi to get out there and run. And coach was asked by, I believe, in Bagley after the game, will he be getting more minutes based off of whatever, and coach was like, well, if he plays well, he's gonna get more minutes. That's how it goes,
that's not how
because
it goes.
but you know how coach is. He doesn't like
Yeah.
being asked about minutes. He hates being asked about minutes. Like it's like, because he's the biggest thing about Tibbs is his rotation. That's what like how many guys played tonight? One, two, four. I mean, four bench guys played 9 guys, and Taj didn't play.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I he's a stickler for his rotation. Excuse me. Whew. But long day, long day. But Obi Toppin definitely came through tonight. He was dunking like damn near everything. Um, he's getting more and more comfortable. And I just think they gotta figure out a way to. There's a future with Obi here, man. And I don't want to get into how it's going to happen because the only way a future with Obi here happens the way it should happen is if Julius isn't here. And I don't want to talk about that because I'm not going to say I want Obi here instead of Julius. That's not, you're not going to hear that come out of my mouth because I guarantee you if we have Obi here instead of Julius, we're going to be in a lot more trouble than we are right now.
Oh yeah.
But I do think that at a certain point, Obi will hit that mark where he can give you these numbers on an every night basis. He's starting to box out. He's starting to go for every rebound. Before that was something that he was struggling with.
Mm-hmm.
He would come out of games with 3 rebounds, 2 rebounds, 4, and I wanted to see him. He has the wingspan. He has the leaping ability. If you just box out, you're gonna grab an extra 4 or 5 rebounds a game just by boxing out.
Yeah, we don't
And
box out well as the Knicks.
we don't do that.
We
I
don't
mean,
know.
as you saw on the last one of those last possessions where Gary Trent had an open three,
Five
had a 3,
5 second chance points.
and then Van Vliet had a 3, and then Gary Trent had another 3 which he hit,
Yeah.
and that happened while we had the small unit out, and we weren't able to get any boards. So, but like Coach said, you got to put a body on a body.
Yeah, but there was to me it didn't look like there was much effort to get the board. Like they were jumping, but they didn't really look like they were trying that hard. They were looking like they were just trying to go with make the motions
Right.
and hope one of their teammates got it.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm trying to find the
Yeah.
stat for second chance points throughout the entire game, but
It was bad because they had a lot of second chance points.
they had a ton, and the
Yeah.
numbers gonna blow your mind. I'm trying to find it, but I'm not seeing it.
He said we. Kai said we Knicks fans overreact, but man, I wish we could get rid of it.
So with Amaro, yeah, there you go.
Amaro said Knicks fans have his trade scenarios every
I'm
time.
telling you.
Nah, but that's like you said, that's part of New York, man. Like they was doing that to Melo every single game.
Yeah.
Melo would have 25 and like 10 rebounds and 2 assists, and they lost by 2 points, and everybody else was effing up all game long. But they're like, yo, this guy Melo's gotta go.
Yo, he's bad. He doesn't make the team better. I'm just like, yo,
and I'm like,
how does he not make the team? I don't get it, man.
You gotta add some depth to your teams, man. And I think that's always what it's about. It's about depth. It's about how much help you have. Like this situation, this is what we wanted from Melo, for Melo. We wanted Melo to be in a situation that he was in, and then the next year we, I guess, add to the team and make the team better. That's what the Knicks did. But I think time after time in the Melo regime, they didn't bother trying to actually make that team that much better. Besides for that one season where they brought in all the old guys. But what they're doing right now is what you kind of want. They had a successful season. Okay, next year let's bring in some more guys. Let's go get Evan. Let's go get Kemba. I don't want to be mad at what they did in terms of the offseason because that's what your job is. Your job is to try to improve your team. What was our weaknesses? We didn't have anyone who can score. We didn't have anyone who can shoot, and that's what we want to address. So we addressed that at both positions that you had issues with, and I think you did it the right way. I just think that you might have did like Kemba. Let's be real. Kemba's a little over the hill.
Mm-hmm.
You needed a younger guy in that scenario. Was that younger guy out there? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the situation that we're in right now. Let me get back to some of these comments. Randall, oh boy, this pissed me off right here. Randall was smiling after missing the final shot. It makes me go to the toilet and throw my dinner out. No, but it was bothersome. because that's when you want to smile.
But it wasn't a smile like
I
it's
get it.
funny. Let's talk.
I
You
get
know,
it.
let's laugh
It was a
about it.
smile like I need to get. It was for him. The smile was for him. It wasn't
Right.
for everyone else. But to me, it was frustrating because it's like you go through all of these other stressful situations on this team and you never smile. But this is when you want to smile. Like all of the other games when we lost and we could have won, at the end of the game, where was he? Trying to holler at the refs.
Yeah.
Even after a win,
Yeah.
trying to holler at the refs. But now after this game, you want to smile. That was your opportunity. You missed it. You know what I mean? And it's to me, I see like he kind of has that reaction when there's no one else to blame. Like when there's someone to blame, like he kind of like gets upset. But I don't necessarily like my man Joe always says. Like the past couple games that we've had him at the free throw line in crunch time, and he misses.
Mm-hmm.
It's frustrating to me, and like he was saying, it's frustrating to him because he kind of knows that he's gonna miss it. You know what I mean? Like, and that's whack because throughout the game you don't miss him,
Right.
but in crunch time you miss him. And that's something that I which is weird because he wasn't that bad last year at free throw shooting in the clutch.
No.
So I don't know. I just think that they need to figure out this morale, the chemistry issue that they had. Like they really, really, really have to figure it out. Toxic said, "Yo, at least Melo was putting up numbers." Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, Melo was also otherworldly when it comes on comparison to Julius Randle. Uh, Julius wishes he was cut from the same cloth as at least as Melo. But I mean, Julius does things that Melo also didn't do. You know what I mean in terms of the playmaking aspect. He's a lot more physical than Melo was, but like one of the guys said earlier, what has he done? I mean, so you really can't really blame him. The assist stats define our season, our offense this season. Yeah, I mean, and not only that, our defense sucks.
Yeah.
We're losing in transition every game. Um, we were down by 20, and they had how many fast break points? You told me they had,
Oh, yeah. I'll show you that right now. Hold up.
and that's just strictly from turnovers.
Yeah. It was
It's just ridiculous. You can't continue to.
fast break points was 21 to our 9.
That's 12 points. That's a difference of 12 points in a game where we only lost by 3.
3.
Two of those last 3 points came from the free throw line after someone fouled them just because they were trying to stop the clock, by the way. So this is really a 1 point game where if you stop 2 or 3 of your turnovers, you win this game. It's that close. We come that close. Ugly victory, like we said last time.
But it's
Still not pretty.
still a vic.
Yeah. So anyway, also Melo's making max money. The team could only do so much. They also spent their money in silly, silly, silly ways. I think they gave them a lot of money to Tyson, who earned it, but at the same time, you could have got a lot more out of that, especially from what Tyson was going to bring. He's basically like what Mitch is right now, just a veteran version.
He got he got rebounds though. I mean, they weren't really rebounds because he would always do that thing where he tipped it out.
He tapped it out. Like, are they
Yeah.
really rebounds?
Nah, but
Because after they made that rule,
he maintained possession, which is big.
yeah. So, that's that. What's going on, Xavier? I know it's pretty late. You got in here, but what's going on, man? He said if coach plays players more that play well, why is Evan still playing 30 minutes? I
Yeah.
think he has to play Evan because he's his only shooter at this point. And I think that sucks, man.
But
Like
he's right.
I would hate to be in a position where you have to play guys that you're not really comfortable
Yeah.
playing.
And that's a perfect example of why that comment is just something you say to the media because you can't really tell them what you're doing and what's really on your mind.
Right.
What else are you gonna say? You can't bash the team at the same time either.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, he's gonna have to go up there every day, coach, after every game, and wax poetically about guys that he's pissed off about, and that has to be
and it's right
difficult.
after the game,
Like right after the game, aren't you asking me? Oh, you think Obi has earned more minutes on this team? Like, bro, we just fucking lost. What the hell are you talking about? But I mean, Obi should be playing more. You know what I mean? But that's not what they're doing to talk about. I mean, if you watch this game, Obi was all over this game. Obi was all over this game in the last game. And sooner or later, it's going to get to the point where he has to play him 25 minutes a game.
Yeah, he earned it, and he does well. So it's like, why not?
Because if you look at it, did Nerlens come back in later on?
I don't think I remember seeing him come back in.
No, it was just between 13. Yeah,
he
13 minutes.
Yeah.
No, so that means to me that coach is way more comfortable with Mitch and Obi out there, which is crazy to me.
But Mitch didn't even play that much.
Mitch played less than Obi. Played 18 minutes.
Yeah. And quickly played a surprising 24 minutes. I don't even remember seeing him out there.
Well, quickly is low key being getting a lot of minutes because the offense just runs better when he's out there. It just does. Like everything is just.
You got a +9, so.
Hold on. That was funny. It was Aaron Aflalo doing he can get Evans.
Oh, I could not stand Aaron Aflalo, bro.
Yeah.
That dude, oh my gosh, he would dribble so much for no reason.
Aaron Aflalo.
For no reason.
All right, so he was the first Burks. You know how he was the first Burks, and you know how Burks is like the guy who like they always said he was left in. Like he was taken out too early. Yeah, he was taken out too early. He was like Aaron Aflalo was one of those guys to me. Like he was supposed to be mad nice. Aaron Aflalo was supposed to be mad nice, but it never amounted to any of that. Like ever.
No.
So
he was a good player, but
it
didn't work out.
Yeah, he said Aaron Aflalo could get. Listen, I don't want nobody over the age of 30 getting Evans minutes.
Yeah.
Like we need to revamp the age on this team. We need to go a lot younger, especially at the guard position. If you're gonna have the guys run around, chasing guys, taking the right shot, playing defense, I need young guys. Start quick and find you a nice 2 guard. That's it. Find you a reliable 2 guard who can shoot, score, play defense. Keep RJ and figure out what you could do with Julius and maybe Obi and. Maybe you can start. I don't know. I don't want to start. I don't want to go there. We're doing this, but just figure that out. I think you have some of the right pieces in place, but I think we're just putting too much time into the wrong ones. If Obi can work on his 3-point shot, he can replace Randall and get Brogdon for our starting 1.
Randall's not going anywhere.
Well, yeah, Randall's not going anywhere. I mean, unfortunately, you guys, like as much as we want to talk about Randall, it's a lot better for your mental health if you just don't even talk about trading them because it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. As much as we all would love to see it happen for the right trade, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But oh well. But also the Pacers ain't going to give us Malcolm Brogdon
because he ain't going nowhere. Yeah. Not for no Randall neither.
Nah, I mean. Randall's the better player, but I just don't think that that's the kind of player that they want on that team.
Exactly.
They don't fit.
So
they don't fit. We got a 2. His name is Rowan. Well, I mean, then we need a 3. We either need a 2 or a 3. Whatever RJ isn't is what we need. And he just got to play defense. Just play defense. I know Sliz is huge on
RJ.
Andrew Wiggins. And that'll be a nice little pickup. RJ at the 2 and Wiggins at the 3. That's a nice little lengthy, strong back/front court.
I mean, but remember who the coach is. So
I mean,
and where he is right now, he's not going anywhere. He's completely happy with where he is right now.
Oh no. I mean, if it's up to him, yeah, he's not going anywhere. But that's the key. If it's up to him,
Wow.
I think once Clay comes back, they can consider whatever the hell they want to consider.
True. True. And
So
I heard he's coming back real soon.
really soon, really soon. So but I also don't think they're just gonna throw Wiggins to the side right away. They're at least gonna go through the rest of the season and the playoffs with this team and see if this is something that they can work out together or if they just need to part ways with him.
Yeah.
I know he's also getting a pretty nice penny, so I'm sure that's something that they've already discussed because I know that those guys aren't they're very frugal over there. They don't like spending money.
Mm.
But I don't know. That's pretty much it. I don't want to harp too much anymore about this. Kai said, "How about the lottery rookie next year?" I don't want to talk about anybody in the
But
lottery.
we got rookies now that we're not playing. So what about the
Yeah,
lottery and the
that
rookie?
too.
It don't.
That too.
Why talk about it?
That too. There's some guys here who deserve some time, and I think the only way Grimes, McBride,
Okay.
get any minutes is if there's an injury or a trade.
Yeah. They need to get Sims whipped into shape. Once they get Sims whipped into shape,
I
I
think
think
I think Sims is fine physically. I think they're
yeah,
just trying to get him to know where to be defensively because
yeah,
he's still
that's
sometimes
exactly what I
was
mean.
like, oh, there's a person back here. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro, the hoop is right behind you. Like, come on.
Yeah, he doesn't have much
He's not.
IQ yet.
Yeah, he
So
doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't see the floor very well. I mean, he sees what's in front of him well.
yeah.
He doesn't see what and I think that's just what they're gonna work with him on. But there's someone else in the G League. It's Lucas Salmon, the
Yeah,
guy from San Antonio.
yeah. He looks like a healthy
Killing it.
Porzingis. Like
He's
he's
killing it.
long, he can shoot, he drives, like he's
Which is
nice.
why. Listen, they're not grooming those guys down there so they can have a good G League team.
No.
That's not happening. That's all I'm gonna say.
Just no G League championship, right? I think
There is.
like they get a
They get a
ring and
ring.
all that.
Yeah, all that. Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds mad weird to me. All right, but
No,
yo, more power to them.
yeah. It's
Can you
it's
imagine
weird.
going to high school saying, "Yo, I want to be the best G League player. I want to get championship." Like it just seems weird. I don't know. Like I feel like the NBA should be the target. You know.
I
But
talked about this with my boy, and of course he had a very emotional take on this because he still plays ball. But we asked the question: is being in the G League making it to the league? And we were like, nah. And he was like, yeah, it's making it. And I'm like, I understand why you would say that because
it's still an NBA contract.
It's still an NBA contract, but it's a completely different league, man. I mean, like Miles McBride is down there dropping like 20 points, 10 rebounds, and like 8 assists, 7 assists type. Like, come on, is he doing that anywhere near that in the league?
Meanwhile, he's sitting on the bench. He's getting like 3
on the
minutes a game at most.
And let's be honest, if he was really doing that good in practice, coach is going to play him.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to play him. If he's busting Derrick Rose's ass, if he's busting Kemba's ass, if he's busting IQ's ass, guess who he's going to be on the floor?
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, who's the only rookie we've really seen? Grimes.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks good, but he still can't get on the floor, even when these guys are playing bad that are ahead of him. So the only way they're going to get time is if these guys ahead of them are gone. That's it. They're gonna have to figure out how to, if they can get a point guard that they like and trade 2 people away, 2 point guards that they have somehow, or guards in general, that they're going to have to make some additions by subtraction because they have some pieces on this team that they can really make something work with, and it's not going to be the guys that are in the starting unit. Yeah. So, but that's it. I don't want to harp too much on that. I got some milk and cookies to get to. It's golden Oreos, boy. You know what I'm saying? Woo!
Yeah, I used to destroy those at work, man. I had to stop buying them.
Listen. I gotta chill out. I gotta chill out myself. But yeah, any final words on the game? Not any Oreos.
On the game. Anything else I saw that? Would you say that we made anyone on the Raptors look like a star?
Yeah, Scotty Barnes.
See, that's who I was thinking of, but I was just like, he's a good player. So I mean,
Scotty Barnes looked amazing tonight.
more than usual.
I mean, I don't see him play usually. I don't even know how much he had. Let's see. He had, and shout out to Dre. Dre's in the chat.
He had a double tonight.
You got to be kidding me. Scotty
Yeah,
Barnes
double.
had 12 points, 15 rebounds,
Yep.
3 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. God.
Mm-hmm.
And he looked like it. He looked like it.
Yeah.
You saw it, man. And the guy's a bowler. He's long and athletic.
Yeah.
That's something that
definitely big.
Ties into it. He's not just talented. He's long. Like I mean, his wingspan has to be in the upper tier of the 7-foot aspect, because he's just ridiculously just nimble. He's kind of like a miniature Giannis in a way. You know what I'm saying? But he can shoot.
Young. Yeah,
he can shoot. He's got a post game hook shot. It's like, oh my god. Listen, relax.
20 years old.
Relax, boy. Come on. See, you're not even on the show. He's going crazy. Oh my god. Anyway, Kai. I can't deal with this guy sometimes. Love you, big bro. Kai says, "Well, what do you think our starting lineup should be right now? Are you really gonna put me on the spot?
Yeah, I can't answer that.
People could go viral for the wrong things, and I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, whatever. You highlighted it. You got to answer.
Our starting lineup should be starting lineup.
Mm-hmm.
IQ, Grimes.
I knew it. I knew you were going to put IQ in the starting lineup.
Absolutely.
I thought you were going to list it last, though, but wow, he started off with it.
He's starting. Right. IQ, Grimes, RJ.
Grimes. Wow.
Obi.
Wow.
Julius.
Who'd you put for the center?
For center?
Yeah.
It depends on the matchup. And with that, it depends on the matchup. But I'm going off of the guys that we have on our team, and that's what you got to pick. I'm going with IQ, IQ, Grimes, because when he gets in there, he plays, he hustles, he knocks down his shots when he's in there.
Plays defense.
RJ at the 3.
RJ.
Because I love how RJ runs with IQ and Obi. I don't know why. It just matches.
They're young.
They'll figure it out. They'll figure it out sooner or later, and everybody else will be gone. But anyway, RJ, Julius, and Obi, or Obi, Julius, depending on how the matchup goes.
Okay.
How about you? How you feeling?
I can't answer that, man.
You gonna throw me on the spot?
All right. I still, damn. Julius. Mitch. Obi.
At the 3? Wow. Obi at the 3?
I can't answer this. I really can't.
I'm sorry. You know Mitch why though? Mitch is out of there. I'm sorry.
Mitch, because I think he should start. He should start. But it depends when he starts looking tired, when he's flopping, he's falling on the ground. All right, you out of here. And then we can go with someone else.
I spoke to Dre about this earlier though. Like, the problem I've always had with Mitch isn't Mitch. I love Mitch, but the makeup of this team doesn't allow for Mitch to be successful here. When you have 2 of your best players, the most dominant, ball dominant guys on your team, and they get a majority of their baskets in the paint, and you cloud the paint every single play because you can't score outside of the paint, there's very little room for you to be successful here. There's systems where you put Mitch in there, and you put Mitch on Atlanta, guarantee you Mitch averages 15 to 10.
They're gonna feed him. Yeah, they're gonna feed him down there.
But it's just because of their makeup and their offense.
How they do
you know
it.
what I mean? And how they run.
He doesn't look for a shot though.
He does not look for a shot. No.
And I wish he did. I that one thing I wish he would do. Just look for the shot. If they could feed him down there, everybody would collapse in on him because of his size and what he could potentially do.
They collapse on him if he made the wings. Yeah.
So
if he can make the basket,
that one thing. Yeah. But look, all he got to do is turn around and jump. Like I just feel like he has a cheat
That's
code.
what he's doing. That's what he's doing. He's just turning around and jumping.
He's not doing that.
Jumping. He's just turning around and jumping.
He's not doing that though.
He's just turning around and jumping.
He gets the ball. He doesn't even look at the basket. Forget about turning around.
I know what you're saying, but I'm saying when he actually does, he actually throws something up there.
Yeah.
But he doesn't ever throw something up there that looks good.
No.
It doesn't look good. No. It just does not look good.
And so when I say you're looking for your shot, you're looking for your shot. And I don't think he does that. I think he's just throwing it up there, hoping to get the foul. And like I said, he shoots free throws well, so he'll make it on the line. But
Kai said,
"You're not gonna always get that call."
My bad. Ty said
Taj.
I
was gonna say Taj, but I was just like
Taj, Randall, RJ Grimes, and D Rose. Taj, Randall, RJ Grimes, and D Rose.
Grimes?
Nah, I'm laughing at Dre. Dre's funny. What's good, bro? You gonna pop in at the end of the show?
Come on, B. I can't pop up. I'm home now.
I'm home now. Now he want to be. Now you want to be there.
What up, guys? That's a new hat.
Oh, you.
Now this the old joint.
Is it?
That's an old hat. I remember that hat.
This the old joint, boy. You know what I'm saying?
So what's going on, man? How was how did you catch up on any of the game?
No. I saw y'all and I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm jumping in. I was like, but y'all was talking about the lineup. Yeah, but I like what Ricky said. I like Obi at the 3. I like that.
I don't like Obi at the 3, man.
But I don't know who I want at the 5 though.
That's what I'm saying.
I think if what's his name got a problem with getting fouls at the 4, maybe he should slide over. If Julius should slide over to the 5, you know what I mean?
Because how much did Mitch have tonight?
What, 4 points? What do he have?
Mitch had 4 points, 4 points and 8 rebounds. Right.
I told y'all. Remember, Ricky? You remember me saying that our problem? I was saying that since we lost the playoffs. Our problem is that we have a center that can't contribute.
Yeah. Like
I think that's one of the biggest problems that nobody's talking about.
And I mean, we talk about it all the time.
Mitch ain't looking right, man. He's doing this thing where he's walking like this. I don't know what's going on. Like he just looked like he like an old dude in a young dude's body.
Yeah. I saw that the other game when we were playing against him. I forget who we were playing against, but he just looked. He looked beat up. He looked old. He was walking.
Yeah, I'm like, what's going on with this dude?
I would start him and then take him out. But like tonight, he had 4 points. 2 of those points was from the free throw line. So half of his points are from the free throw, and that's exactly my point.
This is why I can't ever start. I can't start Mitch.
I don't know. I like Julius. I think because Josh, you were saying it depends on the starting. It depends on the matchup. But forget the matchup. Like it should be. You know what I mean? I would love to try Julius
in those positions
because Julius is strong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe we take the ball out of his hands and like that. He running around. I didn't see this game. I don't know what he did. I know the first quarter we were, what was it, 14-30?
He's gonna always have the ball in his hands.
It's ridiculous that dude gets the rock.
Always gonna have the ball in his hands.
Dribbling going crazy.
It's annoying. It's annoying to watch.
I wrote that somebody toxic that he put dribble. What was he talking about? I'm pretty sure he's talking about.
He's talking about Aaron Aflalo.
Oh yeah, Aflalo. Yeah, he's talking about Aflalo.
Aflalo was playing.
No, because he said, "What is Aflalo doing? He can get Evans minutes."
Oh.
So we talked about Aflalo.
And that was my biggest thing about Aflalo. He would dribble way too much.
That's all he did. Yeah.
It was so much. I'm just like, what are you doing? You just wasted.
He was trying
5
to be
seconds.
He thought he was trying to. You know what it was? He really wanted to be Kobe. So he always is doing like the pull up mid range.
He was the poor man Kobe.
But yeah, he was the poor man. Dribble Kobe. That much. Kobe
did.
You
didn't remember Kobe dribbled that much after he made the shot. You're gonna remember how much somebody dribbled if they miss every time they take the shot.
Aaron Aflalo, Kobe stole all of Jordan's moves. Aaron Aflalo stole all of Kobe's moves. That's what it was. He was trying to do all those moves, but he had those big stupid shoes on all the time. He always had them big.
He stole the moves. He ain't steal the workouts.
He ain't steal the effectiveness of the moves.
Wow.
Like he could do it, like he couldn't make it. Like I could do the move, I ain't gonna make the shot. It's gonna look good if you want me to do it.
Yeah.
Like you want me to go out there and try that move in front of people?
So wait, who didn't play? Who didn't play tonight? Who was the match?
Everybody played.
None of the young guys played.
But I was gonna say, for all this, is it Kemba's fault now? Should he keep Kemba out there?
No, I never thought it was Kemba's fault, but I never thought Kemba was enough to help the team win.
Yeah.
Imagine Aflalo, Westbrook, and Julius Randle playing on the same team on the same team.
I'm telling you right now. If we get a trade, we got to ship Julius out.
Yo, we would get 24. We would get 24 violations on every single play.
Yo, we would get 24.
That was the lineup.
We would get 24 turnovers per game. Average.
Yo, Ricky, they said I was telling Josh earlier when we was talking. We got the worst. I think our starting five has the worst plus minus in the league or something.
Oh man, I believe it. I believe it. It'd be double
and it's
digits.
Wild. And like I was saying, like whenever one of those guys plays with the second unit, that number goes down. It's not as bad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. He got to put a young blood in that starting five.
Nah, he needs to. The young blood needs to be the starting five. The whole youth.
Yeah. What I like about Obi is that he's more conducive to a team that can move the ball around. When you got your four holding up the ball and just holding it too long, it's like, what are you doing?
I think it just one opportunity.
I think it just says a lot when a team is losing and they're not doing well, and all of a sudden you put in OB, you put in quickly, and the pace changes, and the guys are playing defense.
That's what I'm saying. We need pace. You're going to put these dudes out there. Yo, if you're going to sit Kemba, you can sit anybody. I'm sorry.
Right. That's facts.
You know what I mean? So, like, yo, Julius, you're coming off the bench now. Let him soak that in for a little while.
Nah, that'll break him apart.
Yeah, all right.
Julius can't.
That's bad for the team.
Julius can't hold water, bro. I'm telling you right now, it would be bad.
But you see how gracefully Kemba's doing this? Talk about, listen, whatever next,
you see him out there clapping.
And he said, young people is watching me.
Yeah. They look up to me.
Come on, man. That's how you do it. Yo, Julius, do like Kemba. Go sit down and cheer for your teammates too. I don't want to hear that.
But he's still getting his money. So honestly, I would love to go to work, not have to work, and still get paid.
Basketball.
And then rehab. You get to rehab after all that. Like, and that I think that's kind of what Kemba probably said to himself. Like, hold on. I can still rehab. Like, I'm not tripping. I don't want to bug out.
I was gonna say that. Like, yo, if he wasn't 100%. He building his body back right now.
Yep.
Yeah. I was thinking that, like, he probably like, yo, let me just get better.
And this is when he goes to somewhere else and then he starts balling.
Because
he had time to sit down and chill. Yeah. And everybody gonna be like, oh, you
I always felt that we would see him again. Because even the way Coach worded it, he said, as of right now, he's no longer so it doesn't mean that he's no longer in the lineup forever. It just means like for now we're gonna be sitting him.
Yeah, we keep losing. He's gonna be like, fuck it. Kemba, get back in that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, he almost has to let Kemba play again because it hasn't worked out. Because now you have to try to see what else works. Now you got to see what works. Like what actually works.
They should switch it. Put Kemba back in the starting five and have Julius come off the bench. Let Kemba play with Obi.
That's never gonna happen.
Listen, that's never gonna happen.
Yo, that's whack.
The front office will come running.
Now the front office probably in there like this. You want bet? You want to trade him or you want to bench him?
Nah, man, they just gave that man money.
Yeah, before the season started, and I like the fact that they ain't give Mitch money either.
Yes, for sure.
See, and then that's something that we forgot about. That he's still waiting. He's still waiting.
He gonna keep waiting.
He gonna keep waiting, especially
he gonna be going next season. He gonna take another team.
Bro, listen. Let's talk about this one more time. My man had.
You got the graphic for him?
4 points.
4 points.
-12, Nerlens. -12, Evan Fournier. -10, Julius.
It's what, 40 points among
it's crazy.
44 points among the starting lineup.
Bad. Just bad. When they play, especially when they play together. What? Like
-44 plus minus.
-44 is what he's saying.
Yo, dude, this is outrageous.
That's just bad.
They said, I think the game when I was watching, what was that? The game we lost against the Pacers. I think he said Mitch was -13 and Julius was -18 or something like that.
Yeah, and RJ's numbers weren't that much greater, but usually, like I said, whenever RJ and Julius come back in and they're playing with the bench guys, then their numbers get better. Like it says -9, -10 for RJ and Julius. It wasn't like that the whole game. It was a lot higher than that. It was like 16, 18.
Oh, they played back into it, getting it to -10, -9?
Yeah, because they started playing with the second unit. And they started running with quickly, OB.
We've been saying that second unit is we got the second unit should be the starting five.
Mm-hmm.
The starting team should be the second unit. And coach should do that just to prove a point. And if it worked, keep it like that.
I don't know. I think
if you can't prove that, like it's gonna mess with the dynamics of the team.
Kai brings up a great point here.
Even worse.
Kemba's offense is heavily relied on screens, playing with Taj, and Taj hasn't been healthy, so it sucks.
Wait. Kemba's offense is
heavily relied upon screens.
Oh, he should play him with Taj. Yeah, because I was just talking to you like. How Mitch is like his screens, he's setting the air screens.
We spoke about that too. Yeah. Mitch and Julius don't set good.
They're awful.
They set terrible screens. They set terrible screens.
You could tell like they practiced it, and then they never like used real world application for it. They're just like, I'm just gonna
like they're still running through the motion. Like they never actually like
there's cones on the court, and they just get to the cone and then run back.
And they move. Yeah, I always said like Mitch, he started running too early. You be like, yo, you didn't actually set the screen, bro.
Exactly.
So like we talked about that earlier. There was a play tonight. He set the pick and roll with Evan Fournier. He came up and he went like this and then ran away. Like the dude touched him here.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, and he ran away. And it was like, yo, what was the? You didn't put your body on him at all. You didn't free up anything. When you set a pick, like that's a slip screen. That's not a pick and roll.
If it's a slip, call it a slip.
Yeah, that's not a pick and roll, bro.
Right. It's like it's never like because I'm always looking at it like, how come the centers never get open for a pick and roll for alley-oop or anything?
See, but that goes back to what I spoke to you about earlier, Dre. Mitch he started playing ball at 16. He graduated at 18 and goes to college. He doesn't play any college basketball because he had to be redshirted. So he just trains, and then he ends up in the NBA. So you're talking about someone who's had 2 years of high school basketball. Is all of the basketball he's played his entire life. Then he's on the NBA team. He doesn't know how to play basketball. He hasn't been taught by an organization.
You need to go see Olajuwon in the offseason.
But then you start to look at how many agents he has.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's not used to being told right from wrong, and he's going to sit there and listen because he's never been in a situation where he has to sit there and listen to someone. When he had that opportunity, what did he do? He sat right. No, they said you can redshirt, and to be honest with you, he probably would have been better for Mitch instead of sitting out and not playing and not going to school at all. I think it would have been better if he would have sat on the team and redshirted and actually practiced with an actual college basketball team. That would have did his game a lot more justice than foregoing college basketball to train on your own with people that you're comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? And that's
he had some people in his ear.
He had people in his ear. Of course he had people in his ear. But I mean, now you start to see why that was a bad decision. You know what I mean? To not go to college, even if you're not going to play, even if you're going to redshirt, there's so much you can learn from those guys. Everybody on that coaching staff has been on that team and learned a lot from people who's in the league. You get to be at practice with us. You're not gonna. What are you gonna do? You're gonna go home and do what? Play games? That's probably what he wanted to do, and I get it. You don't have to play, so I can still go home and then still get drafted. Cool, but I guarantee you right now, if Mitchell Robinson went to college and he actually played, or he actually was just on the team, and even if he didn't actually play because he was redshirted, he definitely wouldn't have been a second round pick. I think they still would have found a way to get his name up there a little bit more. And he would have been known because as high as he went, people were saying as low as he went, people were like, yo, that's a steal.
That's a steal.
That's a steal in the second round. He wasn't supposed to be a second round pick. So I just think that there was a lot of development that he just skipped over. Yeah. Just, you know what I mean? And then you start to now. Does he know what a slip screen is? Does he know what an actual pick is? You know what I'm saying?
What does that say about our training staff, about the coaching staff, or what's happening? So what's happening?
No, I think that they have. There's no way that they haven't been working with Mitch on this kind of stuff. I just don't think it's settling. Like I said, when you skip that development,
did he start tonight or he didn't?
No, he didn't start.
Noel started.
That boy
he did play though.
He did play. He played 14 minutes. Noel played 13 minutes. My bad.
What's Noel's plus minus?
-6. Excuse me. Let me see. Noel's plus minus. No, -12. -12.
You can't fucking win. Let me ask you this: Who looked good tonight?
Obi Toppin. It was Obi Toppin's game.
Yeah, Obi looked good.
Career high, 19 points.
Get out of here.
Rebounds. He was at 19
I gotta watch the game. Look
his
at
first
those
double-double. His first double-double. And I mean, he was dunking everything. He made 1 3 out of 5.
That dude needs to start.
And like I said, if I'm picking my 5, it's quickly RJ, Grimes, Obi.
Look at this. 6 for 6 from the free throw line.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah. But you know he used to shoot threes, and I don't know, for whatever reason it wasn't that effective tonight.
Who? Taj?
Oh, he was 1 for 5 and
Obi.
still had a double-double?
Oh.
Yeah.
And still had 19 points?
See, but that's the thing. Like, he's still not confident in his shot. I think he knows he can shoot.
Once he gets that boy they better not move Obi, man. I'd be tight. They're
gonna try not to, bro. I don't think they can. The way he's been lighting up the garden.
Yeah, they gotta put him. Yeah, he's a fan favorite.
At this point,
they gotta put him on the court.
He's my favorite Knick.
Yeah, I mean him quickly and RJ are my favorite Knicks right now. RJ looked pretty good tonight. He's starting to get the ball more.
He looked all right.
So he's starting to take. He looked pretty good. I mean,
you'll see though. You'll see.
I gotta watch because he always saying RJ look good.
I don't always say RJ look good. He definitely he missed some threes. You know what I mean? But
he missed some free throws.
I missed 1 free throw. It's 7 for 8. But he missed some layups, of course. But you know that's what happens when you go to the same side every single time.
He missed some layups, of course. But,
of course.
Yeah.
You know RJ was gonna miss some layups. He was gonna leave you with
that's why this game. Like, oh, here go the one who's gonna miss my hip. There you go. All right, he should be good after this.
Yeah, no, he good now.
He got that out.
There you go.
But you know, when you consider how many layups that Russell Westbrook misses, you know, it ain't the worst thing.
It's amazing.
Nah.
What's his name? Noel missed a dunk today.
Yo, Noel. Yo, he got the alley-oop the other night. Almost fumbled that. What are they doing with his? What is he doing with his hands? We were talking about that earlier, Josh. It's like he got Novocaine in his fingers or something like that. And he's no, I'm good. I can play.
We were saying like it looked like he just got his hand transplants. And he was sitting there like, yo, I'm just waiting for them to sync up. He's like, oh, you throw that again? I'm gonna catch it this time. He tried to put on it. He's over there like, yo, hold on, y'all.
I can't stand y'all, man. I can't stand you.
He said,
I can't.
Could you imagine?
Yeah,
see the nigga in the game. He like,
yo, give me the rock. Yo, Nerlens and Tight come in doing that.
Open.
Fine passing this shit.
Yo, bro, I can see Nerlens being in the game and be like, yo, oh.
Like talk about my bad.
Yeah, talk about. Yo, get out of here. But
be like, we know.
I get at least
going back to the bench, missing mad hands, like, yo, all right.
Yeah, high five like this. Yeah, he's
all right, man, here, man. Here.
But I had to come in here and I saw he was about to close out.
We was about to leave out. Give it a little 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? It's been a minute since you've been on. You know what I'm saying? Good to see your face. It's good to see your face. It's been a minute since you've been on, man. How's everything?
Yeah, thank you, man. Good to see you guys. I've been missing it. They switched me to nights, so I got home just in time to catch y'all. So I was like, I ran downstairs. Yeah, I usually do my snack. So y'all eating into my snack time. Come on, you
Yo, I already told them what time it was.
Hey, look.
Come on, son.
Yeah, y'all hurry up to close out, boy.
Wow. Look,
they close by, boy.
I'm not gonna lie. I got my cookie habit from this guy right here. That's really milk and cookies. Come on, man. I got the milk. I got the milk ready.
Come on, you already know. You gotta do that.
Come on. Just drink you a glass of water after that, man. You be good. Chill out. Like you smiling.
That's Giannis now. Giannis never had Oreos until he came to the NBA.
No. He never had Oreos with milk.
No. He never had Oreos, and then he said when he gets on, he's gonna buy Oreos. And then somebody asked him, "Have you ever dunked it in milk?" Yeah, he was just like,
he's like, "Yo, it changed my life, man. It changed my life." He said
he can't eat them without it now.
Yeah.
Like, wow,
he said every time I go to sleep, he said it's a bedtime snack. I was like, yo, he really,
anytime
really went in there.
If I have cookies all the time, and if there's no milk, like sometimes I don't eat the cookies. I can't do it. Sometimes I just gotta have it, and I have it like with water or something. But if there's no milk, those cookies.
I've never dunked an Oreo in milk.
No, the Oreos don't go well. The Oreos that go well with milk is the vanilla Oreos with milk.
Yes, these.
Some shit's good.
I've never had.
I'm telling you right now.
Any Oreo. I've never dunked an Oreo.
No,
the only cookie I ever dunked in, it was the black ones.
You eat those and then you drink the milk. But the vanilla Oreos, boy, that's like crack.
Yeah, that's
you be in there like this, and be like, you be in heaven, colors will start popping out.
Colors,
you imagine that? You know what I'm saying? Nerlens start catching the ball, dunking it like this.
No, see, look, Nerlens is like, he said, Noel is like Edward Scissorhands.
Hands.
Bro.
Like,
I wonder how long it took him to sign his contract. He was over there like,
yeah. Yo, you like yo Nerlens.
Yo Nerlens, yo, we got it, bro. How you spell it? N-E-R? I got you. N-E-R-L, yeah, got you. But Nerlens, man, we're gonna have to work on them hands for you, my G. We're gonna get out of here though. We played the Bucks. We played the Bucks on Sunday. Sunday at 12. Early game. Very, very early game.
I'm in there for the full drink. I'm gonna catch up on these games, see what's happening.
I think we might do a show. We might do a show Sunday, depending on the timing.
Yo, hit me. Let me know, man. Let me know I'm here.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You crazy. You all right, you know what I'm saying? We played the Bucks on Sunday, and then we played the Warriors on Tuesday.
The Warriors. He gonna set the record. Did he catch the record tonight?
No, he didn't play. So he's gonna score. He's gonna hit 10 threes
on
Tuesday. On Tuesday, just so he can say that he won the record in the Garden.
Wait.
I want him to get 9. I want him to get 9. No, he has. I don't think he have a game.
He has no games until he plays us.
Yeah, I was gonna say, please have a game before he sees us.
Wait, who did he play tonight? Because I heard that
they were supposed to play, and I think he wasn't gonna play.
What?
I think they say he's gonna sit. He's not playing. So because he's sitting, you know what I'm saying? Yo,
yeah, they were playing against his brother's team. So they were like, he had an opportunity to do against his brother, which would have made Christmas dinner very awkward.
That'd have been.
So what? So he didn't play?
No, he's not playing. So that means that he's gonna try to score. Knowing Steph Curry, he's gonna try to hit 10 threes on us because he knows he can probably get 10.
He's playing in the garden.
Playing in the garden. It's gonna be hella fun. You know, that's gonna be. We're playing in the Garden on Sunday and on Tuesday. So that's gonna be fun. Xavier said Noel got a DocuSign. I'm crying. Yo, he was like, all right, so I just gotta hit this button right
just
here.
Hit enter.
And he probably still take forever. Like,
so mad at y'all, man.
Yo, I can't. Yo, listen, let's get out of here, man. Thank y'all for tuning in once again for the God of Knicks podcast. I'm your host, Apollo Reed. I'm here with my cousin, Rick the Ruler. Andre Jalil came through to show some love, straight out the gate. You know what I'm saying? Ah, man, don't leave us with this right here. Don't leave us with this energy.
Oh, my God.
Don't do that to us. Don't do that.
Why you
better not.
There?
Come on, son. Come on, stuff. Come on, son. You gotta hold the sign up.
Yeah, but we're super fair.
We're super fair, right? Yeah, this the Knicks fan base that's super fair. But yeah, thank y'all for tuning into the God of Knicks podcast. And until next time, man, y'all have a good one, man. Peace.